Hello there, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me. So today's video is going to be a little bit laid back. I'm going to do a get ready with me style video, just putting on some makeup to go out for the day, and thought I would pop on here and use some of these products that I have been piling up for the last 10 months, but haven't talked about so much. So that's what we're going to do today. If you're new here, thank you so much for joining me. My name is Laura. I'm 42 years old. I love all things makeup and skincare, so that's what we talk about on this channel. If that sounds interesting to you, I hope you'll consider subscribing. Hit the notification bell so you'll be notified of future uploads. And with that, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, first I'm just going to pull my hair up out of my face. Okay, so I have on all of my skincare sunscreen. So I have a foundation that I don't believe I have reviewed yet on this channel. I've had it for a while, not quite a year, but I think I just never got around to reviewing it in the time that I was away from here. So I'm going to use it today. I do love this foundation. It's absolutely beautiful. It's the Fenty Beauty Soft Lit Foundation. And I have the shade 150. It's a neutral shade. So this is supposed to be a hydrating foundation with a radiant finish. It's supposed to feel like a second skin. It has 50 shades and is $42. So again, it's Fenty Beauty. It is on the higher end. I got this at Ulta. It's a beautiful bottle. I love her packaging. I love Fenty Beauty's. Okay, so one pump. That's quite a bit of product. I don't believe I've used more than one pump of this. It's quite liquidy, but you do have to shake it pretty well. I'm going to go in with my BK Beauty 109 brush for this, and I'm going to just start tapping it in here. As you can see, now I've said this before, but I'm just going to make sure that I mention the shade looks a little bit lighter on camera than it actually does. So this is actually a really good shade match for me. I made sure to shade match before I purchased this at Ulta, and I used this for quite a while when I first got it. I do find this to be hydrating. I think the claims are very accurate. It's long wearing, doesn't budge. Now, just for reference, I do have combination skin, somewhat acne prone, but I find that this works very well. I do have some oily spots, but not too bad. My skin this time of year is pretty normal. Actually, I think now that I'm remembering, I think I used a little bit of a fluffier brush with this. Yeah, I'm going to use the e.l.f. Flawless Face Brush. I'm going to just go in and kind of go over this just to get it buffed in really well. I would not overuse this. You don't want it to look heavy. Just, kind of a nice light layer. Like I said, I think that one pump, I don't even think you need one pump, honestly. I'd say this is a solid medium coverage. It might have a slight scent to it. I don't think it claims to be fragrance free. This plays very nicely with all the other products I put on my face. Never had an issue with blush or bronzer or anything else. So I'm not wearing a primer. I have plenty of product on my face right now. I have my moisturizer and sunscreen, and it has been sitting for at least 45 minutes. Okay, so this is what I have left. So that was almost a whole pump. I did not go all the way up under my eyes. I'm going to use concealer there, but you can see it does have a slightly luminous, radiant finish. This is all natural light right now. I'm going to try to keep it that way because I just think it's a lot easier to see what products actually look like. Now, if you have very oily skin, you may not like this. It's pretty hydrating. It's pretty tacky. It's not drying down super fast. And it does take a minute to settle into the skin. Sometimes I find that products like this, I don't know how to explain it. It's thin in that it's running down my hand, but at the same time, it doesn't feel lightweight. This does not feel lightweight on the skin. This is definitely a hydrating formula. I'm going to put on some concealer, um, and then I'll go back over with some powder, but I'm going to let this sit for a little while before I put any powder on. Get a little bit closer here. Maybe you can see the luminosity. Again, I have no primer on. This is all the foundation. And even my sunscreen is kind of a matte finish. So you can kind of see how it's sitting on the skin here. Okay, so for this video, again, I'm just kind of getting ready, but I also want to try to use some products that I haven't used in a while. I just have so much, and I'm trying to use what I have as much as I can, while still, you know, trying new things to show you and review. I'm going to go in with a concealer I bought a while ago. This is the Pretty Smart Conceal and Appeal Concealer. Got this from Walmart. This is made by the same company that makes the Balm Cosmetics. What shade do I have here? 204 Light Warm. This is a pretty good shade match. I'm gonna go in here and tiniest little bit. I'm using less concealer than I used to because the lines are starting to really show up here. Okay, and this is a thicker formula. Covers very well, but you don't need a lot. And I do find it to be slightly hydrating. I do not like the foundation. I tried the foundation. I tried so hard to make that work. I did not like it. Not at all. This is beautiful, and it covers very nicely. Nice medium coverage. A pretty good sized doe foot. All right, I'm going to keep it kind of light today. This foundation stays pretty tacky. Again, I do really, really like it. Don't get me wrong. I'm just, you know, it's not going to be for everybody. I think this is really going to be for dry to normal skin. But I mean, you can see the luminosity is just really hanging around. Okay, so I think I have enough liquid on my face right now with this foundation. I'm going to use powder, bronzer, and blush today. I'm going to go ahead and I pulled back out my Physicians Formula Butter Dream Team. This is still available. I've had this for a little while. But you get a bronzer, two bronzers, two blushes, a highlighter, which I don't use that highlighter. It's just too thick for me, and a powder. Let's start by going in with this. I'm going to use the powder too, because why not? I get these little puffs from Amazon. I love these. 6 of them in a pack. They're not very expensive, but I find that I can just really get a good airbrush look with these. And I'm only going to go over the center of my face. Ooh, I forgot. Ooh, this powder is nice. I forgot how nice this is. And I don't want to get rid of all the luminosity, but if I don't go through the center of my face at least, it's gonna move. I'm gonna go with this lighter bronzer. This is the Maru Maru Butter Bronzer. This is in the lighter shade. There's a matte shade down here. I'm gonna use this one. Trying to keep it higher up so that it doesn't bring my everything downward. So let me find my blush brush here. This blush down here is very, very pretty. I think I'm gonna start with this top one. Pretty light, even though it looks like it's dark, it's really not. That's that one. I'm gonna go over with a little bit of this one too. Kind of like buff out any edges because this blush is really light. Now I am going to go in with a highlighter because I have kind of gotten rid of a little bit of that luminosity. So this is the Catrice Summer Obsession palette, and I really like everything in this palette. It's beautiful. It comes with 2 blushes, 2 bronzers, and 2 highlighters. I especially like, and we'll pull this palette out just for this top lighter shade of highlighter, and that's what I'm going to use today. This is actually an eyeshadow brush, but just very lightly bring some life back here. Cheeks. There we go. So 2 palettes, very, very nice for summer. If you're looking for something to kind of like an all-in-one, these are really, really good. And actually, sometimes I'll use these for eyeshadow. I mean, they just, especially these 2 lighter shades, they're beautiful on the eyes. I've already done a little bit with my brows and I'm not doing any more. This is just the e.l.f. Wow Brow in the shade Neutral Brown. That's all I tend to do with my eyebrows. I get a little lazy with that. Let's go in and do something with the eyes. Now, this is a newer product, at least to me. I saw Emily Noel using these and I just had to grab one because number one, the price. You can't beat the price. But they just looked so pretty. This is a Catrice eyeshadow palette. The Pure Nude is the shade. There are 8 shades in the palette, and they have multiple colors. They have ones that are a little darker brown. These are more cool toned. They also have, I think they may have like a rosy shaded one, but at any rate, I got this one. They're very inexpensive. I think I paid $6 for this on Amazon, and the quality is very, very good. So we're going to go in with that. And I'll just kind of show you some of these shades. I'm trying to remember which ones I really liked. These shimmers are very pigmented. Look at that. And let's see, this first one is also a shimmer. Some of these are mattes. This one is more of a matte shade right here, right here, right here. Some of these are just a little dark for me. I haven't been using very much eyeshadow, powder eyeshadow, but I just had to try this. This one is very pretty as well. This one right here is kind of like a taupe color. I thought that was really pretty too. And I wonder, you know what? I think maybe I'll go in with that all over my lid. Let me just go over with this a fluffy brush and just the matte white shade right now, just to get a base down here. All right, and then yes, I think that's what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna go in with that taupey shade all over my lid. I think I'm losing light. I'm on a very low light just so you can see, because I think I'm losing some light here. I think I'm going to, let's see, the one next to it is matte. I think I'm going to go in with that up in my crease. I like mixing cooler tones with warmer tones. Don't know what it is. Just like the way that looks. So I'll take a warmer tone brown sometimes on my lid. I'm sorry, on my brow bone, and then a cool tone on my lid, and I just like the way that looks. Deepen it up just a little bit on my outer corner. I'm going to go in with this. I'm using the same brush. There's quite a bit of pigment packed into this little palette. I like it. I may try the one that is a little bit more neutral to warm toned. I think it's called Cocoa. But anyway, I do like this. $6 on Amazon. Can't beat that. All right. Next, I'm going to, let's see, some mascara. And I'm going to try this again. I haven't used this in quite some time, but we're going to go back and give it another go. Okay, I'm going to go in with the Essence Lash Like a Boss mascara. It has a rather, I don't remember what I thought of this. We'll see. Has a rounded wand. I don't even remember why I wanted to try this. I think I might have heard that someone liked it, and I don't know why. Who that was. If I saw someone reviewing it, I cannot remember. Okay. Giving it quite a bit of length. I don't. Oh. Okay, that's not bad. All right. Well, finish this off here. All right, this is not bad. It is giving me length. I don't know why I stopped using it. Probably because I found another one that I liked. But this is Essence got some really nice products. Okay, I'm not gonna put on my lower lashes. There are very few that I trust on my lower lashes. Usually I do the e.l.f. Lash Extender Tubing Mascara. On my lower lashes, I trust this one. This is one of my favorites overall, but for the sake of trying to use up some other things that I have. And then on my lips, I already have this on. This is the e.l.f. Lip Reviver, Glow Reviver Lip Oil. This is the shade It's Giving Guava. One of my favorites. I love this lip oil. This is so good. This has no business being as cheap as it is. I think it's $8 or $9, but still, it really does rival some higher end products that I have tried. So this is the finished look, just a whole combination of things that I haven't pulled out in a while. And again, Fenty Beauty Soft Lit Foundation. I really, really like this foundation. When you put it on, I'm just going to go back to this for a second. When you put it on, it does appear to be a little heavy. You want to go light-handed with it. Once it settles in and you start getting powder and products on it and it sits on your skin for a while, it's just beautiful. Radiant finish. Again, if you have really oily skin, I don't know if this is the right formula for you. I believe Fenty has another foundation that has more of a matte finish. I also really do love the Eavesdrop. I think this is just a skin tint, but this is beautiful as well. So at any rate, if you're interested, give this a try. I really do like it. And I think I'm going to pull it out into the front and start using this again. That's everything. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope you'll come back and see me again. Join me on this channel. I hope you make it a great day. Bye.